Hi, my name is Dustin Bryant. I am 26 years old. I live in San Antonio, Texas, with my wife and 5 kids. My wife was previously married after we had met, or I guess before we had met. She had 3 sons, Alex, Diego, and Austin, and we got married back in 2011. And since then, I've had 2 daughters of our own together, Savannah and Kendall. Kendall being the youngest, who is 1 year old on September 3rd. I was born in Louisiana. My parents were military, so we moved around just a little bit, not as much as others. We lived in Louisiana at first, then we went to Turkey for about a year. From there, we went to about Arizona for another year, and then back to Louisiana. And then when I was about to start 6th grade, we moved to Virginia, where I stayed there until about a month after I graduated high school, which is where we ended up now in San Antonio, Randolph Air Force Base. Since then, I joined the military in 2010 in the Air Force Security Forces, which is basically like military police. I've been doing that for 5 years now. I enjoy it, and at times I don't. Also, the hours are not that great, but the pay is good, and the benefits are always, hard to beat as far as the civilian life goes. But I do plan on getting out after my 8 year is up, which is going to be another 3 years or so. Next 2017, yes, 2017 October. My major is in elementary education. I want to be a high school teacher by the end of it all. But I wouldn't mind teaching elementary school, middle school if I had to, if that was where the jobs were at. I get along with kids great. I feel like I can connect with them and deliver information in a way that they can appreciate and understand, which is important when trying to teach kids, because if you really can't give it to them in a way that they can digest and be interested in, then it's going to be a long day. My goal is to graduate, obviously with my bachelor's, hopefully with a 3.5. I figure that's a pretty decent goal for someone who hasn't been to college since 2008, 2009, which I did about 2 semesters, and they didn't really turn out so well because I was young and really didn't know what I wanted to do. So, but now I have family and career goals and things like that, so it's going to be a different story. And then hopefully after that, continue on to get my master's degree, and then maybe a doctorate. We'll see how that goes. I have a little bit of public speaking experience. Being in the military, we have to talk a lot, depending on the job and stuff like that, and what you need to do for that given day and things like that. We have a thing in security forces called roll call training, which is basically in the mornings prior to your shift. You basically need to spout out some job knowledge of things we do on a day-to-day basis or on a bigger scale to the fellow flight, which is anywhere from 25 to 50 people. Basically, you just get up in the front and you say, my name is Senior Airman Bryant. My roll call training is on traffic safety, and just kind of go from there. So I had some experience with that, and then also every now and then we get DVs, or what we call distinguished visitors, that visit the base and maybe visit your post or your office where you work that day, and basically just kind of meet and greet, and you kind of talk about what your job is, and they ask for your goals and things like that. And these are guys that you kind of are leaders, so it's kind of intimidating. You kind of get the jelly legs every now and then, but they're not there to kind of razz you or anything. They just want to get to know their young troops and see how they're doing and what they want to improve on. So that's pretty much it as far as this introduction video goes. I hope I covered a lot of ground and kind of open your eyes maybe to a little bit of the military lifestyle, even though that's just brief information. But that's it. Thank you.